Hey Spookies, welcome back to a new video. Today is another crime talk, and this one is in the home state of mine. And it is, when I filmed it is during the trial. I don't know nothing about the three suspects. The father Lawson, Joseph Lawson, and Brooks Houck, the ex-boyfriend of the missing lady. All my thoughts and prayers go to her family during this rough time, and with her disappearance happened July of 2015. Y'all can definitely check out the videos on YouTube, the trial, the news talking about it. When you search up Crystal Marshall, it has been said that the murder of Brooke Rosemary, she basically went up to somebody during a construction site that her son worked at or somewhere, and said, "I want to get rid of Crystal." And a guy mentioned to her, well, with money, you can get a lot of stuff done with that. The guy who said that to her was the one who said it in court. His family is wackos. Like, is the murder part of it? Like sometimes people will say things but never mean it. But with the mother basically dead. Like, she ain't really missing what her body is. I can't help but still think that's a petty and awful that the two brothers, the grandma, were a part. All of them could have been a part of it. The mother need to get a polygraph test done. She does. Now, even though it be out of the trial ends on July the 8th, she still need to get a polygraph test done if she hasn't yet, to rule it out. So, Marshall's death had been a mystery for a decade since 2015. This happened in Bardstown, Kentucky. Miss Marshall was born in 1980, and Asa was 45 when she went missing. She was a mother of 5. Brooke, he was her boyfriend when she went missing. She went missing July 4th of July weekend in 2015. On July the 5th, 2015, she was reported missing by her mom, nobody heard from Crystal since July the door. Nobody even seen her since July the door of 2015. The 35-year-old mother, she was living with her boyfriend. That time, they had the 2-year-old living with them and her other children. Claimed that he was the last one who saw her, suspicious, if I do say so myself, and said, "Oh, she was playing on her phone, like playing games." When he went to bed, by the time he woke up, Her car was gone. Her family began to worry. They tried to attempt to call her text or call Chevy Impala. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Her 2007 vehicle. It was 14 on Bluegrass Parkway. The keys were still in ignition. Her phone, her purse was still within the vehicle itself. Her mom, Sherry Ballard, was the one who reported her missing. Gotta be sad. Like, your own daughter, your own flesh and bone daughter you give birth to, that she had 5 children, is missing. And the last person who saw her was her boyfriend. The Ballard family was very vocal about Brooks Houck being really suspicious, being the suspect to the case. Parents of Crystal, I would be too. Like, we trust you with our daughter, sister, cousin, mother, and you did that? Oh, I'd be very upset. The sister would go on in an interview saying he would never try to help or do anything in the shorts to find her. Like, a lot of Ave, he would be into the Nelson County Sheriff Department, and his brother, who used to work there, Nick, he was a police officer. His brother told him not to answer no questions. Kind of suspicious. At this time, Nick wasn't doing much with the sheriff department, and the police thought he was part of the missing mom. He would get a polygraph test done after the interview with the police, and after he was interviewed by the Kentucky State Police. He took the test on July the 20th of 2015. The examiner who did the test on him would tell Officer Guppin, I hope I'm saying that correctly, grave concerns of the test. So that brother is very suspicious. On October the 16th of that same year, Nick was fired from the Bardstown Police Department. Brooks was then later officially named the suspect of the case. Now here is where the story gets more interesting. A white Buick was an important vehicle. The white Buick was there the night before Crystal's disappearance. The white Buick was parked at the farm on the night of Walter's disappearance. Grandma sold horse several weeks after her disappearance, Crystal Walter's disappearance, and that's a little fishy. That's a little suspect. Like, that will probably the vehicle that had all her DNA in it, and then the grandma like, I'm gonna go sell it. I'm gonna protect my little babies. I'm gonna protect my grandkids. Don't try to sell something if it could be part of the police investigation. The would Leo had the 82-year-old testify in subpoints or however that it called it. I'm not sure what they do, but then they testify for the suspect. They said that the car could have been had like I said, the DNA. It was clean. This is my opinion. She shouldn't really sew it. She might have been listening to her grandkid like, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it. It got some DNA on it. Charges were to keep all of white size, the grandma last name, proceeding. So he or she probably, let's keep that under the rug for now. We will come back to it later. I think that's what it means. I might be wrong. August 2016, a police would go to the residence of the grandma and Brooks Houck for DNA. With a reward of $100,000 on the line for the missing of the mom. Like, if anybody knew something or saw her body or see her, they would get $100K for a reward. But with no luck, the new Nelson County Wayman was appointed in 2019, and he has stated that he will do his best to do and find evidence of her or anything that he can make a arrest for. With horrifying news come more bad news. 16 months later after her disappearance, her father, 50-year-old man, was murdered. He was shot. He was killed in the morning of November 19th of 2016. He was hunting with his grandson, the elder son of the murder. He was shot in the chest, and the police ruled out the grandson of foul play, plus his weapon wasn't used. It was also ruled out as a suicide. That's sad, to be honest. His grandson had to worry about and would probably all would be really worried, sad, all that stuff about his mom disappearance. Then 16 months later, his grandpa got killed. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but it was on a grandpa private property. So whoever did it was on his private property, and they never were caught. And the mom, she literally lost her daughter, then now lost her husband. It was classified as someone did it, and it is an unsolved death. What I think happened was the father knew something about that grandma, the ex, and that brother, or somebody, and they killed him so he don't say nothing. That's what I'm thinking. It would probably make sense. Whoever did to his daughter would do to him. They ping his phone whenever he was moving, so they can see where he was going. Expert witnessed the suspect phone call the night Crystal Warsaw disappearance. The expert said that Brooks was getting several phone calls on July 4th, 2015 from Warsaw family. The only call that he picked it up was his dearest mother, Rosemary. There is some more cell phones informations about his, I believe, text messages, all that stuff. The whole family should be guilty. They knew everything. Like the grandma saw the call, the mom said that, the brother used to be a cop there and said not to answer nothing. Don't say nothing. And the boyfriend like, what? Did it really intruding? Like, you want to know more about it, but it also like really confusing. Like, 3 suspects, 2 or 3 conspiracy had done it. It's kind of like, to me, kind of is a little confusing. If I can find the cell phone stuff, I'll pop out right here. And not sure what else. The ex-girlfriend of Steve Lawson, who was already in prison because of it, well, conspiracy of doing it. She was downstairs doing the laundry, and at this time they were his son Joseph, and him plus her were all on drugs. So she didn't really want to say. She was downstairs doing the laundry in the basement, and overheard him and his son talking about they need to get rid of a body on Houck's farm. His Brooks mom owns that. She owns the farm. She never came forward with it until a few years later. And that, by the way, that dates, she owed it 2 years after Crystal went missing. So 2017. When she was finally ready to go, they were really antagonize her, like making her really nervous, and like it will also say that she had a panic attack when she was talking with the police, and that was the first time they heard a little bit more about Joseph. Like it was all about Brooks, Steve. It is 2 days after the trial had finished. Here is a little clip from Wave 11. Sources to them, credit to them, of the murder, Rosemary.
Accused Rosemary Houck of being the mastermind behind the plot to kill Crystal Rogers. According to Young, it was Rosemary who reached out to Danny Singleton a week before Crystal's disappearance, asking him how to get rid of someone. Danny Singleton also appeared on the stand this week, confirming he was contacted by Rosemary. Young says Rosemary did not like Crystal and thought she was beneath the Houck family.
Crazy, right? Do you think she will get a polygraph test done, or some more stuff will come out about her? Like, proof that she actually said that. Rosemary wasn't like Crystal having a lot of childrens. Holly said Holly is Crystal Walsh's friend. A hair similar to Crystal Walsh's hair in that vehicle 2 weeks after she went missing. And days after they sold it. They did a comparison with the grandma hair, and it was not a match. Testify that they saw the white Buick behind Crystal Walsh's car on the night of Slidor. Brooks said, "Oh, she at home playing her video games on her phone." Don't seem right to me. They was able to track down the white Buick to get some evidence from that car after it was sold. The hair wasn't in the passenger seat, wasn't in the driver's seat, wasn't in the back seat. It was in the freaking trunk, the left side of the trunk. Joseph Lawson family member testified. Cadaver dogs were really interested in that white Buick. On July the 8th of 2025, 10 years later, jury had reached the verdict. The deliberation took about 4 hours for everything. I didn't explain the whole story, the whole details to this. Though so much he said, she said, and all, and so much different evidence from different people. Like, she did that, he did that. They have found them both, Joseph Lawson and Brooks Houck, guilty on 2 charges. Joseph for tampering with physical evidence, conspiracy to commit the murder. And for the ex-boyfriend, they did the 2 guilty charges on him. One for the murder accompaniment or principal, and tampering with the physical evidence. So the jury had made the sentence. I'm not sure they control it or the police, the sheriff, the judge, whoever, but for Brooke, the ex-boyfriend, he is facing 20 to 50 years in prison. He's already almost 40 or 50 at the moment. So he basically be in there until he 70 or 60, 70 or 90, basically. And for Joseph Lawson, he is facing 10 to 20 years. I was just editing the video of the case, and they had changed the ex-boyfriend from 20 to 50 years to life in prison. It was 20 to 50, but on the article I read, it was 10. That was my mistake. It was 10, but now the jury had discussed the maximum penalty for him: life in prison. Serve him right. Now, this is where y'all come in. What do y'all think about this? From hearing what I have said, and if y'all want to go check, look up more articles, if you are interested in the case, let me know what you think about this.